first rein aid that you ever learn as a baby rider or as a baby horse is the opening or leading rein. Okay, so guys, hold on to your reins, one rein in each hand. Okay, opening rein, it's the loudest of the rein aids, right? Opening rein, like you're opening a door. Opening rein. Don't think so much down, corner, and think just sideways, right? Because notice what you had to do with your shoulder to open that rein. Okay, opening rein, leading rein. That's a baby aid. It's also really loud, right? So you really have to be careful about how often you use that. When you use that in motion, like when your horse is actually going at speed, this is going to encourage your horse to lean. Okay, so be careful about using that opening rein for everything. All right. Also, it takes us into what I call your out-of-body experience. Right? Don't put yourself out over your horse's shoulder. Right? We spend almost all of our time in riding to be very centered. We want our horses to be very centered. We don't want them to be leaning and falling out and having their legs go over. So the rider shouldn't be doing that either. Right? So we want to use the direct rein, which is bending elbow, then it comes straight back into the body. Okay, direct rein. That needs to be the aid of choice, right? So be very careful as you're going around your circles and things today. This is loud aid, right? It's going to get the job done, no question about it. But what happens is that your balance and your horse's balance become compromised, right? We want our horses to turn this way, not this way, right? We don't want our bodies to do that either. We want to do that with our bodies as well. Okay, the third rein aid that we use is the indirect rein. There's two different versions of that. The most important thing to remember about the indirect rein is it always goes with the phrase and leg. Indirect rein and leg. Indirect rein, so direct comes straight back. Indirect rein is going to cross over the neck slightly. So I'm still turning left. My left rein is coming back basically to my right hip bone. Okay, this is going to encourage my horse to bend their neck, but not to fall in. All right, so the indirect rein, but the only thing telling them not to fall in is my leg. The indirect rein and leg. Never use an indirect rein without leg, ever, because otherwise you're not telling your horse anything. Okay, indirect rein, my right arm's going to come to my left hip bone. My horse's nose points that way, but their body is encouraged to stay over here because of my leg. What you have to remember is that that indirect rein is telling your horse's body to move that way. It doesn't tell your horse to turn. It tells your horse to shift their body. The indirect rein is most useful in correcting path. Okay, if you use you're asking your horse to turn left, they start to fall in. When you use that indirect rein, it's going to encourage them to get back out onto their path. Good. Excellent use of the opening rein right there. That's exactly where you needed to use that. Excellent. In that case, so your inside rein is almost an indirect rein. So make sure you move your outside rein over a little bit to help support that bent neck. Beautiful. Look at that. Now, nose you're getting. And as soon as you get that nose, what happens to her shoulder? It goes the other way. Don't just cross it over. Yes. Yes. So bend. Outside rein and leg. Inside bend. Outside rein and leg. Beautiful. Outside connects her whole body together, right? The outside rein connects her body.